Awkward silence. Don't know why there was silence, but hello everybody, welcome back to F1 26.
Okay, recommend taking wet tyres in the current conditions.
That's good. Only wet, only practice session we have, and only wet session as well, so that's going to be really, really helpful. We'll head for race strategy, I guess. So I only really need to do this stuff for the point, because it's not going to be much use to us.
Okay mate, nice and steady here. I want a representative lap because this is what's going to set our race strategy.
So you can't use boost at all. $180 miles an hour on the back straight at China. Jesus.
Okay, in these kind of conditions, you're going to be driving into a lot of spray when there's a car ahead of you. Pirelli's full wet tyre can shift around 65 litres of water every second, and a lot of that is going to end up on your visor. With that in mind, make sure you give other cars plenty of room. There's no need to risk the car too much in this session, okay? So the rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while. Be careful.
Also sort of half watching Monaco practice. Okay, Tokyo drifting an F1 car. Which was it? Don't like the backdrop of China, because they don't have anyone sat anywhere. Yeah, so our first go in the dry is going to be for sprint qualifying 1, which is going to be interesting. Nearly. Nearly a horrific accident. This is just horrific.
Program complete and a
Some are
job
going
well
up into
done.
now.
We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers. Intermediate tyres are your best bet in the current conditions.
Tyre management's going to be fun.
We need to be sure we can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit. Okay, you know I love a tyre management programme, so I've got some changes to call out this year. Temperature now plays an even more important role in tyre wear, so keep checking tyre temps in your MFD and try to keep them green to look after them. Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery. Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Program
Practically traced it perfectly
complete.
again.
Good work. Head on back to the garage and we'll start going over the data. I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
This will be interesting because unless the button's broken, I can't adjust, I can't use boost. Oh. Wobbled off the edge of the track. I'm giving up on that. That just seems a bit broken.
Intermediate tyres are your best bet in the current conditions.
Yeah, you know what? Sprint qualifying, baby.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun
Williams are
doesn't
good in the
stop
rain,
here, though.
apparently.
Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Don't remember how fast this lap was on the wet.
It's sprint qualifying time, slightly shorter than the normal Grand Prix qualifying, but today will determine who starts on pole for the sprint to come.
Okay, let's just get out there. Actually use a battery mode now. So the controller isn't broken. Hooray! Turn back to the garage and sharpen. How's Richard doing? Richard! Loads of people out still towards the end. You know, jumped from like 11 to 15 as opposed to...
We've been pushed down to P17.
So we've got through. I can't remember off the top of my head what the bloody numbers are for this now.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
1.6 seconds down, but that isn't even actually that bad if you look at it. We've still finished 13th. Verschoor, did he manage to get through? No, he's second to last. I'm definitely losing time for that last corner because I'm listening to the what's it.
Okay, 1 minute remaining, just 1 minute.
Balls just lap up immediately. Might as well just return to the garage.
And that's it for sprint
Oh, we got
qualifying.
through.
Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
First Q3 appearance. Only in race 2, not bad. The slight audio bug's always very funny. So I've got to come in at the end of this lap, I think. No, we're fucked, I think. P10 is where we're starting.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, well, let's head to the sprint. It'll load eventually. Like now.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Piastri, Max Verstappen and Antonelli, Sainz, Hamilton, Hadjar and Jak Crawford, Albon, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Bortoleto, Behrman, Bottas, Arvid Lindblad and Esteban Ocon, Perez, Hulkenberg, Lawson, Colapinto, Verschoor and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close.
He's not last.
Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves, big excitement, what?
Always extra nerves at the start of the race, Crawford. It's probably at the start of the race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Oh, Ollie Behrman's put it in the wall. Quite badly. Red flag. I don't want to wait for the replay, to be honest. Wait, let me make sure I have selected the right one, yes. Come on, get on with the replay. Oh. Sorry, let's start. Norris is getting pushed to the outside there. Whoa, okay, everyone's slowing up for this last section. Oh, is this the replay? Ooh, just slid the back out. It's very strange that these cars seem to lose the back end so much. That's Behrman. Obviously, had Hadjar do the same thing. Wait, okay, some live commentary for you there. Nearly curtains. On the inside of the Stappen. I didn't see that corner. I was busy looking at him. Is there an Alpine leading this race? No, it's a Ferrari. I don't know why I look like an Alpine back there.
Okay, overtake enabled, overtake enabled.
Sorry, I was watching what the subtitles for was being said on the radio. Why is it so slow going backwards?
Overtake mode active. Overtake active. You've got more power now from the hybrid system. Use
Now,
boost on...
trying to do the braking sometimes in this is ridiculous. Piastri sliding me, also joining him, but in understeer.
Okay, so with the new power units, make sure you're lifting and coasting before corners, and consider not always going full throttle. Try combining lift and coast into braking with boost out of corners and see if you can find a good balance. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
I'm stuck in front of the car, it feels like it.
Okay,
Oh.
clear.
Yellow flag.
I've got some information on Alonso. They're retiring from the race. Okay, so overtake is active. Overtake mode active. You're going to get more power from the hybrid system. You know how it works. Just use boost on the next long straight to get your way past.
Stop mansplaining!
Okay, mate, so just a quick reminder, you'll get access to the extra power when you're within a second of the car
Oh,
ahead
shut
for
up.
overtake mode.
This is tedious. Speak less.
Copy that.
That literally said more updates, didn't it? Ooh, loads of understeer. Come on.
And gap to the car in front, 2.2 seconds. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
Come on.
Leclerc's taken the lead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.5 seconds.
I let go of the thumbstick.
The McLaren drivers just moved into first place. Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the
Well,
best of us.
for
Now look, I've
fuck's
put in...
sake. Still turn me.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
I'll just park the car then.
Gap to your teammate behind, 8.2 seconds.
Okay, turn in.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 6.2 seconds. Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
meters of the penultimate lap.
Final lap, push, push.
We've like positioned perfectly to be a problem there on these dying tyres. Lando Norris wins the sprint. Sprint to the line.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
6th. Not completely terrible. And it didn't crash. My back really hurts.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying. And of course, the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
Right, let's fill out the spreadsheet for the sprint. 29th, Russell is the love muscle. 3rd, Leclerc was 2nd with Hamilton in 7th. Lando Norris won the race with Oscar Piastri in 4th. 5th for Verstappen, Hajar in 10th. Pierre Gasly for Alpine in 12th. Colapinto in 21st. Not good for him. Oliver Birman was in 13th with Ocon in 18th. Liam Lawson for the Racing Bulls in 17th with Arvid in 22nd. Sainz in 8th with Albon in 11th. Gabriele Bortolelli in 14th. I'm trying to get used to all the new colours. Hulkenberg in 19th. Fernando Alonso was a Dunphy boy. Lance Stroll was 23rd. Valtteri Bottas was 16th with Sergio in 15th. I was 6th. Verschoor was 20th, so he did actually at least make up some spots, but not particularly many. Right, that's going to be it. Should we watch the highlights? Yeah, let's watch the highlights. Slight bit of understeer, I believe they are. And there we are. Right, I'm going to have a sandwich and then we'll be back for race qualifying and some other qualifying, I'm sure. See you then, bye-bye. Not qualifying, a race, idiot.
Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
Right, ladies and gents, let's, session info, thank you. Stuck with the sauce, well let's try and get through then in one lap, I guess, which is going to be interesting. Now, well, if Verschoor's Verschoor even is faster than me, then I'm definitely have to go again.
We've dropped to P17. P17.
.13th. So we're through, but I think we're going to be miles off Q3. Oh, we're with Richard though. Richard! Advance.
We've been pushed down to P17. We've dropped to P17. P17.
Wow, into Q3, did not expect that at all. Probably expect 10th. But Verschoor out in 13th, which isn't terrible for him, compared to where he was last time. Let's see if we can do any better than 10th.
One minute to go.
Making up time. Where do we go? 8th. I'll take that. Let's fucking advance. Right. So, best of the rest. In fact, better than Hajar. So now, we shall head into the race. Messages, nothing of interest, right, go to the race.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton. Antonelli, Crawford, Sainz, and Isaac Hadjar. Albon, Perez, Richard Verschoor, and Gasly. Bottas, Colapinto, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Lance Stroll. Ocon, Behrman, Lawson, Hulkenberg, Lindblad, and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you know, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, you know, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, you know, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
You really think we can do a medium hard? I don't think so. I'll edit the strategy. I'm gonna be brave and take less brave. Take 0.6 of a thing out. Right, race start, everybody. Full start for me. I was also stricken by the corner behind with that mostly. Right, let's just
Overtake mode active. Overtake active. You've got more power now from the hybrid system. Use boost on the next long straight to get past. Okay, overtake enabled, overtake enabled. Okay, so managing the engine's more important than ever. Your main way to recharge will be lifting and coasting, and you don't always need to go full throttle. Try some lift and coast before braking, then use boost on corner exit to get that extra energy deployment.
I thought Claire was doing that, he braked her suddenly.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.8 seconds. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.6 seconds.
Can't get the power down at all. So I'm just turn the fan up a bit.
You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Caution, caution.
Well, there's been a spin or something. Possibly for the lead of the race. I don't know who was leading. From second place in the race.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 2.0 seconds.
Oh, the
Seeing
race
a
has been
lot of
disqualified.
tyre deck now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it. Copy. just starting to drop back from the car in front by about 2 seconds a lap now. Get your head down. Green flag.
One looking down behind maybe? Well, the Ferrari just pulled over to the side of the road. Okay, this time. It's kind of annoying that the two new teams share colours with other teams. You know, obviously kind of like white. Matching with Haas, and then Audi are red for some reason, matching with Ferrari.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 6.8 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind, 5.3 seconds. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place.
the pit lane, isn't it? I'm not going mad.
Okay, we can take you this lap. Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. You only have to stop once now, one stop left.
Guess he's going for blast on the softs, that's interesting.
Okay, gap ahead, 1.8 seconds. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
Spin behind banners and get overtake mode. Following into the pit lane, back to it, there we did.
And gap to the car in front, 5.7 seconds.
Verschoor is in.
Richard's coming in for his stop. Car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 8.6 seconds.
How am I already at, like, such high of a bloody what's it? You getting to hit straight line, but my back hurts so much. Other Limbad is out of the session.
Okay, clear.
We're definitely on to the end of this race. Can almost confirm that.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 10.1 seconds.
Oh. Fuck off.
Green flag.
What are you breaking down? It's spun or something. Albon is out of the race. Dropping like flies.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, mate, we might...
Piss.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 13.6 seconds.
Ow. Fucking Fuck you. Whoa, he's getting me now. Bye.
Boost mode is available now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.8 seconds. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds.
Whoa! What's happening? Why are they? So the island's overtake mode? Not the idea.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Chine. Dodgy way of doing things.
Push now, we're boxing this lap. Grip is probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive. Pit now.
I think I am going to, because there's a chance of me scoring a point, I think. I think I do need to pit. Don't think we're going to make it to the end. Or if we do, we're not going to be in the points, so what was the point? Losing points so badly. Alright then.
Understood.
We'll do it.
Lap.
That was fucking stupid, wasn't it?
Okay, watch the aggression, please. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty.
Of course they pick it
We
up.
have an issue attaching the front right wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us and get back into this race. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres.
Oh, I didn't know. Actually, just in case. I didn't know they were going to be really worn softs. How the hell are these going to do 4 laps?
Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. Okay, gap to the car in front, 3.5 seconds. Okay, be aware the car behind is catching you by 0.5 a lap, 0.5.
I'm gonna open the window slightly. Try to suck in some cold air.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 7.2 seconds. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, gap ahead, 3.3 seconds. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Not a good race. Tyre issues, very much like Series 1. Nick Oldenburg driving later. And I believe Crawford.
And an
Sorry, I'm
award-winning
Crawford.
day for Oscar Piastri
Richard
as
Verschoor
he
got some
takes the
points.
checkered flag and wins.
It was a joy to watch today, honestly, because the driver was clearly able to read the conditions well on track, to use the information properly from the team, and usually come up with the right solution at the right time.
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to stand on it. And your winner today, the man from down under. Congratulations, Oscar Piastri. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
This Richard Verschoor getting almost as much points as us. But we'll view the highlights and cry of sadness. Not a good race for us. Fans haters.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Okay, let's do some upgrades. I think we're gonna get shot in the background. We got any more decal areas we can? No, because the fans hate us too much, that's why. They think we are turds. I don't know what that noise is outside, apologies for that. In advance. Research delayed, great, right. Let me go and deal with that.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Okay, so I do want to check. Have they got the tracks we didn't go to listed in here? Bahrain and Saudi, yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, time for let's do the spreadsheet. So, Kimi Antonelli was 6th. George 2nd, Leclerc 3rd. So same podium protagonists again. Hamilton was 4th. Lando Norris was a big old Dunphy boy. Max Verstappen was 5th again. Azerbaijan 7th. Pierre Gasly in 10th. With Franco Colapinto in 17th. Berman in 19th, really not having a good time. Ocon is up in 15th. Liam Lawson was 11th again. He's the Hulkenberg of this. Arvid Lindblad, I believe, DNF'd. He did. Carlos Sainz for Wilhelms. Eighth, well, Albon also DNF'd. Gabriel Bortoletto was 12th, while Hulkenberg was 13th. I say 13th. Alonso 20th, with Stroll in 21st. Actually, Lando Norris was a DSQ. Valtteri Bottas was 16th, while Perez was 18th, and then I was 14th, while Verschoor was 9th for his first points in Formula 1. Sorry, pardon me, I'm just fixing the spreadsheet. Okay, I'm going to put it in as a... oh no. 1, 2, 3 DNFs. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, we'll scroll down the ways. Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. Okay. Oh, shit. I see the problem. Okay. Let me just... Sorry, I'm having to fix a spreadsheet because I forgot. When it looks up what position you're in and changes it to how many points you've got. Yes, I didn't actually put in... Oh, fuck. I didn't put in... 23 and 24. So now in the sprint race, actually people finish in 23 and 24. It didn't work. So pardon me while I just go and very quickly fix that. Okay, so let's go back to current drivers' standings. So, Kimi Antonelli remains in 8th, Russell has dropped to 3rd, Leclerc remains in the lead of the championship, Hamilton has gained from 6th to 5th, Norris has remained in 7th, Piastri has gained from 3rd to 2nd, Verstappen has gained from 5th to 4th, Isaac Hadjar has climbed all the way from last to 9th. Pierre Gasly has dropped from 12th to 13th. Colapinto has gained from 23rd to 20th. Ollie Behrman was in 22nd, and that is not his current place. He's now 23rd. Ocon was 13th, now 16th. Lawson was 11th, now 14th. Lindblad dropped to 18th. Carlos Sainz remains in 10th. Albon has dropped from 9th to 12th. Bortoletto has gained from 20th to 15th. Hülkenberg remains 17th. Alonso is 22nd, has dropped from 19th. Stroll is stone cold last from 21st. Bottas was 16th, is now 19th. Perez has also dropped from 18th to 21st. I was in 4th, I'm now 6th, and Verschoor was 14th, now in 11th. In terms of the teams, Mercedes has dropped back to 3rd, Ferrari continuing to lead the way, McLaren have gained to 2nd, Red Bull have gained to 4th, Alpine have gained to 7th, Haas have dropped from 9th to 10th, Racing Bulls have dropped a place to 8th. Wilhelms remain in 6th. Audi have gained to 9th. Aston Martin remain at the back. Cadillac have dropped to 11th. And Wangernumb is now 5th. So yeah, still best of the rest. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today in terms of me recording. So next week will be entertaining, trying to do Japan after work. But I am going to watch the Monaco qualifying, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.